The fellow you can see on the screen is Deadwood Jedi. He is a person who has been using the speed or building and implementing the speed calculator. You might have seen him in a couple of videos with Murder Inc. Really, really insightful videos. Basically, what I want to do is use that information and see if we can turn my already strong clan boss team into an even better unit. And probably,
We
hopefully,
can.
anyway. Yeah, I'm sure we can. Yeah, yeah. And hopefully use that same insight to help you guys understand what the calculator does, how to use it, and basically get you on board. But you should
Yeah,
see at the
if my
moment.
lighting's bad, let me know. This is really important that I look good during this. Can
Yeah,
make that happen.
yeah. Well, that's the major thing. Like, I mean, at the moment, I think you're probably a 9 out of 10, so it's not bad. It's not
That's
bad.
pretty good. Thank you. Thank you.
So, guys, thanks for the subs, Jedi. Thanks for the subs, Mad Max. So, I guess where are you at then in terms of setting up your YouTube, your kind of content creator type stuff?
Oh, wow. I don't really I don't really know. Like it's all so new and so fast. But yeah, I just broke 1,000 subs, which
Brilliant! Wow, wow,
yeah, like this literally this time 1 week ago today, I had 77 and now I'm at 1,000.
amazing.
It's been mind-boggling. So I think I still need some more hours of viewing before I can even start joining the YouTube part of it, make money off that or whatever it is, however that works. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, ultimately, my goal is to be able to do this, um, full time in one way or another. Like, I would love to be able to, you know, not go back to waiting tables. Honestly,
yeah,
this has been
yeah.
so fun, and the support from everybody has been huge. Like people, I had somebody call me the Neil deGrasse Tyson of Raid the other day. I was like, all right,
Right.
it's a little
Yeah,
extreme, but I'll take it. But yeah,
yeah.
it's been very encouraging. So I mean, I have plans. I'm right now. My goal is to make sure I'm getting like 3 or 4 videos out every week,
Sure.
and just continuing to talk about things that are important in the community. Like provide a couple different things. Like I just came up with I think one of my latest videos was coming up with that white whale, the 2-1 speed tune with all free, like a free to play version.
Mm.
And I just made another one for Nightmare. So I'm getting a lot of people that are asking me about stuff for like lower level, like Nightmare level stuff.
Yeah,
And so I
sure.
want to try and get more of that content out. I don't know if you're if if any of the viewers are on Reddit, but there's some brilliant people on there putting some great stuff. And one of them is Max Mang 77. He kind of broke down how speed works, and what you're watching up there are speed divisions. Essentially, how many ticks it takes uh, to get over the turn meter length. You can blow it up. It's all kind of just works in order. But like the clan boss and Ultimate Nightmare moves at 190, so you can see that under the 8. That's the 8 speed division.
Yeah,
Basically, he moves within that. So it takes him 8 ticks to cross the turn meter threshold. And so he's in speed division 8. So if you want to move twice as fast as him, you basically would have to be in a vacuum, right? You'd have to be in speed division 4. That would get you across faster. But you can, he was talking about all this stuff. Like, I don't even understand all of it. But the idea is that you can make the clan boss slower or faster based on the speed divisions. If you are higher or lower, you can pull him up or down by forcing the clan boss to take an extra tick, essentially.
okay,
And
okay.
that's what's happening when we do like 4-3 speed tunes. And like the white whale, what's happening is we're forcing the clan boss to take extra ticks, and
Sure.
that's allowing our team more time to take more turns and to basically lap the clan boss without having to move twice as fast. You know what? For a lot of the people watching right now who don't build teams all the time and don't have these numbers in their heads, if you go over to the speed tune list up on top there,
Sure.
we have a list. I've been started collecting a list of all different kinds of speed tunes that people have put together. And so this is kind of a shorthand, a quick hit, and you'll be able to see different speed tunes that you might want to do. So like especially like 4-3 ratios is a very common thing and very useful for folks, but like trying to find that is sometimes a little difficult. So this gives you a few examples. Not everything is in there, but it gives you a foundation to build off of. And so
Brilliant.
like that's what I'll do is I'll use one of those as a foundation, and then I'll be like, okay, but I want him to actually take that turn at this spot, and then I'm gonna adjust the speeds from there. But
And
whoever was telling Cole he needs to put in all the speeds was right, because as we were talking about how the ticks work, where you have to not just be across the turn meter finish line, but you have to be the farthest along.
yeah,
And if you're not, then you're going to continue ticking. That's why all the champions actually impact the speed, is because each one crossing that finish line, where they are in that line is going to have an impact on the overall picture of what's going on. So a lot of times, a lot of times you'll have like one champion you want to go at a 4-3 ratio, right? Like let's like the unkillable comps, people are always using the tower, right?
yeah.
But to get them to the right spot, sometimes you have to adjust the speeds of the other champions. It's not just his speed that matters. So like for me, I have Steel Skull going on a 4-3 ratio for my personal team. But if I don't adjust some of the, if I make my rosin a little bit faster or a little bit slower, instead of taking his double turn after the stun, he takes his double turn before the stun. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
little things like that will have an impact. So
So
that's
basically,
why.
you're not putting gear on anyone to start with. What you're doing is you're getting the approximate numbers of what you think should be right.
Yep.
Get those into the calculator, and then that's what
Yeah.
you're trying to build gear towards. If
100%.
if you can't quite get there, you're then tweaking the calculator and seeing if it throws anything out.
Yeah. So what I do is I have an idea of what kind of a team I want to run. What are the speed? Like, yeah, I mean, and that should be how it is, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you want somebody to go faster or not. So I find that in the calculator. Then when I find it, I try to find some ranges of speeds.
Mm,
So like I'll be like, okay, if I increase this by 3 or 4, does it change anything? It doesn't. Cool. Then I know I have a window within which to find the proper tune.
yeah,
And then I try to gear towards that,
sure.
and that's pretty much how it works. I mean, like some speeds you actually have to have, and so you have to find that. And if you can't gear to that, then you just can't do it. Um, and that's kind of the name of the game. But we're so fortunate now that we have glyphs. That's been such a boon to this type of thing, because you can
Mm.
just add 1 or 2 speed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
things if you need
definitely.
to. What I think we should probably do is go ahead and tune for the white whale.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
and so to do that, actually,
Am
let
I
me
best to
actually
get
pull it up.
my Am I best to get my game screen up? Do you have something that we can show these guys that you've already done? Or are we going to put it live into here?
Let's just we'll put it live into here. We'll see how it goes, and
Okay.
yeah, make it nice and easy. So it's pretty simple. The important people, we'll put them in first. So go down to Mashald and go down to Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So Mashald's the big one, because of that 2-turn increased speed buff. That's what makes everything work. He needs to be at 252. He can be a little bit faster, but right around 252 speed. I think that's the minimum. And then we'll go back up to Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And because she has a 3-turn counterattack, if she's the second fastest, she'll be able to put that up for the whole time. So
Right.
go ahead and put her at 251 speed.
251. Right.
And those are the two important things. After that, you can choose where you want your champions, but all you need to know, the slowest champion goes first. So out of the champions you have left, who do you want to go first in the turn order?
Probably Draco, I guess.
Okay, cool. So let's put him down at 186. That's the slowest speed he can go.
Yeah. And then are we thinking of keeping Lanicus in, or Lanicus should come out?
It won't work with Lanicus, so we'll have to
Okay.
bring somebody else in. If you want to, as I kick my camera around, if you want to, we could do this again with the Fushan as lead too, and we'll lower these speeds quite a bit. So that's one of those choices you'd want to have to make. Is do you want to use a speed lead to lower the overall speeds needed, or would you rather bring in another damage dealer or a damage mitigator to help survive a little bit longer?
Yeah, so I think I could bring in a Rotus for damage.
Rotos would be a poor choice, though.
Because of his extra turns.
Exactly.
Okay. Or we could bring in a Razin for some damage then.
Rosin would be fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
let's do Razin, yeah.
Okay, great.
So Razin base speed is 91.
91.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we can put. So you probably want to put Rosin at 186, truthfully. And then Draco, then you already have him at like 217. So if we can bump him up to 224, and
224,
then
yeah.
Alton can actually stay at 202, which makes it really easy.
Okay,
because I know
cool.
that's the speed you have them at in actuality, and that's it. If you can get those guys at those speeds, if you look over to the right, it's going to take a little bit of time. I think it's turn 7 or 8, maybe. They yeah, maybe 9. I don't know. But eventually it
So
comes.
after the
There it
stun.
is. Yeah, I think it's actually turn 8 that you get that full 2-1 ratio, and you can see everybody's going twice in a row. You can see Rosin's first, you can see Valkyrie's second,
Yeah.
or last, I should say, and it works every time. And it's going to go through like that for the entirety of the clan boss fight.
So does that mean, I'm just trying to think in my head then, does that mean that we always will have the Valkyrie shield on
Yeah.
for every...
You want to see how that works? Just go ahead and put her cooldown in for A2. So you go up just one more to Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And then, yep.
So what is that? Is it on a 3-turn cooldown? Yeah.
And so you can see when we get to, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually, it's the timing's perfect too. So she's going to put, it's slightly off. So you can see like after the stun there, she's going to use it. If you keep going down, oh, sorry, it's my screen's over my own face. I can't.
Okay.
I can't see it. I'm sure you guys can. But you can see where it goes up. So it's not quite right. Like it goes right before this first AoE, but you can tell the counterattack's going to fall off before the second AoE.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to want it to go one turn sooner.
Yeah.
So if you go back up to Valkyrie, we can adjust for this. Under delay, so you see the cooldown under that's a bar for delay. That's basically we're gonna wait however many turns before we activate that skill. So what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna wait 2 turns to use it, I believe. But basically we're gonna keep clicking that until we get to the right spot. So
Yeah.
and nope, it's definitely not 2 turns. So maybe 3 turns, I think. So it's a full, or yeah, so it should be a full 3 turns. Yep, there it goes. I think that's right. Is that right?
So where do we want to see it? We want to see it just before...
we want to see it right after the stun, the very first attack right after the stun. Sorry. Because one of the tricky things, one of the reasons why Valkyrie has to be the speed she's at in order for this to work is Mashal takes that extra turn. So if we put up the counterattack before Mashal takes that extra turn, the counterattack will fall off.
Yeah.
So we actually need Valkyrie to go right after Mashal. That first attack right after the stun, that's where we want it. So I guess you can adjust from there. I don't know if maybe it's only a 1-turn delay is probably what it is. So I've done the hard work up to now, and now you're the one that has to do all the hard work.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I mean, the cool thing here is a couple of these champs are pretty much already there. So Ultan can kind of stay as he is.
Yes.
Ultan can stay at the 202, and we don't need to tweak him. If we did, just out of interest, what sort of boundaries do we have before we start throwing other stuff out? Or is it literally a case of you put in a 206 and see what it does?
So like when you're just figuring it out, if you're working on your own, you just put in the 206 and you figure it out. You test it, you incrementally. I usually go up or down by about 5. And if there's a change, then I go back to where I was and go up or down by like 3. And, just find it. It's just typing in some numbers. So it's not like a huge pain in the butt.
Okay.
That said, for this one, you have there's plenty of room for Draco. There's plenty of room for Rosin. There's less room and there's plenty of room for Alton. There's no room for Valkyrie and Mashal.
Okay.
They
well,
have
maybe I'll build those
2 or
first.
3 points, but Valkyrie has to be slower than Mashal by like a point.
Yeah.
So whatever we end up with on them has got to be pretty precise. That's really the challenge.
Okay.
And the hard part is they're the fastest. So, trying to get them up to 250 speed is not, and stay viable is not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, because the other thing is, obviously, we need to, for sure, we still need to be able to have relevant stats to make them work. So
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
this. Let's do this.
That's the hard part. But hey, I mean, I once got my Valkyrie up to 268 and kept like 6,000 defense on her. I have faith in you.
Yeah, we can
Maybe
do
not.
it. We can make it work. Mashald's the tricky, not the tricky one actually. He's got a good base speed, so we should be okay. We should be okay.
It's the base defense that's hard with him. But the other good part is you don't have to be in. You can be in whatever gear you want because of that leech ability, and because you're taking 2 turns in between each attack. That means you're easily healing up in between. It's just about
Yeah,
not dying to the slams.
sure. So let's do this. I think the main thing we're going to need to do is just get some speed here.
I can move my own screen. This is great.
I want to try and keep their damage quite high as well. That's the thing. Like we've got a damaged comp here, which is pretty solid, and I'm just going to try and push to see if I can do that as well. Whilst we do that.
Absolutely. When we were coming up with me and Murder Inc., he gave me access to his account, which was like, it was like it was like looking into a king's bedroom for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. I bet he's got some pretty crazy idea going on.
But I had made this composition, and I'm like, I couldn't crack 30 million. I was like, what the hell? Like this is. I know this team can be doing it.
Yeah.
And then like he took it. He like took. I'm like, I got it to the speeds. I thought I did a good job, but you're gonna have to maximize the damage. Like, yeah, no problem. Next thing I know, it's like 50 million. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Homeboy knows what he's doing. It's so funny. I just like, I love the comments I read with people like, yeah, if I had those champions, I could do that. I'm like, no, you couldn't. Like, believe me, there's way more to this than just great champions.
Maybe let's have a look.
Or actually, you know what? Maybe the chess piece. I know it's still 5 stars, so maybe that's not worth.
People are saying Gurga Shield. Let me see that again. Gurga Shield, yeah, gives me +2. Is that what I needed? Yeah. I'm looking for. Thank you guys. That's why we have a.
Thanks, chat.
That's why we have a chat there helping us out. They're saying Coffin Smasher Shield as well. We got it. No, that would have been too small. Okay, so still at 7.5k defense.
It's freaking amazing.
Which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that is 2 down.
Literally, me and like 98% of that chat is super jealous right now.
Yeah.
Definitely Draco to build. I was wondering too, do you think I like I'm not really familiar with all these champions, but would somebody like a Brachus be an improvement over like a Rosin, or is it Rosin's defense makes him such a better choice for this type of a build?
Yeah, so I've not really experimented with Brachus that much. I've seen him in crazy comps where he's constantly being revived, but his base defense is so low that I think unless you've got a revive champ, he dies a lot. So,
makes sense.
Whereas Razin can hit freaking hard. He's actually a beast.
I have Rosin in my comp, and he does work.
Yeah,
he does real work.
If you've got some reasonable gear on him, he is an absolute beast. Same with Draco. Draco hits incredibly hard. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to make Draco my debuffer and just make Razin an out-and-out damage machine. So I think
that's a good move.
I just need to get 7 more speed into this build. I probably need a bit more crit in this build because I've built this based on me having Lanicus in, and Lanicus builds boost crit.
Gotcha. By the way, just while everybody's kind of like watching, if anyone was highly confused or extremely interested in my explanation of turn meter and speed and stuff, on the website there's a guides and resources page. I have links to Max Meng's paper that he wrote on Reddit. I have guides to Napoleon Camembert's paper that he wrote on fast and slow speed tuning. So like there's resources on there that can help you understand this stuff better and are certainly going to explain it better and 100% more in depth than I do. So that might be something that you guys want to check out if that's if the subject interests you, or you feel you want some more clarification. Just letting everybody know that's an option.
And are you sitting in the Twitch channel as well, Deadeye, at the moment?
I'm not, so I can't read any
No, that's cool.
things.
I'm just going to post up your YouTube channel as well for people
Oh,
to
please.
get involved with. One sec.
Appreciate that.
So I was looking for it. So you've already got a number of different videos on there, right?
Yeah, I've actually I'm kind of surprised by myself. I've done like a dozen videos or something like that.
Yeah, nice.
Um I mean, a lot of them are just explaining how my calculator works, but I do have at least, six, I think like 6 or 7 videos talking about different aspects of speed in the clan boss. I have a couple just explaining different speed tunes, showing examples. Like the 4-3 tune is something I run, so I show a couple different versions of that. I had somebody ask me to do a uh, double counterattack one, so I show how you can do that, and swapping the counterattackers for different spots.
No, we're going for. We've now got a Void Affinity, so I've joined a different clan. We're on Void
Oh,
Affinity,
look at
um,
you!
so we are good to go to try this out. So pretty much, if this is not Void, if this is not Spirit, it should
Hmm.
work 100% of the time, like we're doing it here.
Yeah, should be fine. I mean, the
Spirit's
only
the only
issue,
dodgy one.
obviously, the only issue is when you're facing blue affinity, because if they try to stun Mashal, that's gonna, you know, if Mashal gets stunned, that's gonna f everything up too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like they're that's why like the Duchess comp is so great because she helps block debuffs and helps
mm,
sustain. You can combine Duchess with Sepulchre Sentinel so that they're alternating, so you have block debuffs the entire time.
yeah,
But you can also bring in somebody like a Grizzled Jarl. You can bring in Battle Khazar, I think, to like really deal with a lot of that stuff too. There are options on how you want to adjust to a team like this.
yeah.
Um,
But I
it
could,
just
so
depends
I could
who you
put
have to play with.
if I speed tune Sepulchre to do basically a 4-3 on top of what we're doing here, that could work, could it? Put her in as the lead as a 4-3.
I I don't think so, because the thing is, you're not. Oh well.
Because at the moment we've only got Old Tan running at what was he
They're
running
all
at?
work. The
202.
thing is, they're all running at a 2-1 ratio right now.
Yeah,
And if you change those speeds, it changes everybody's speed. So if you wanted Sepulchre to basically be running at a what you call a 4-3 for this composition,
mm,
you're asking her to run at like an 8-6,
yeah,
or like an 8-3. Really, that's really fast. I don't know that those speeds really exist. If you're trying to run her slower, so she's at a 4-3, that might be possible. I just don't know though.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And the
Okay.
other thing is that double turn she takes is going to stretch out that turn meter approach for everybody else, and probably is going to throw the entire composition off. So mhm, that's going to be the story after this. Is like if this doesn't work, everyone's like, "Don't use Deadwood Jedi's site. It's a waste. YouTube sucks.
Yeah.
This jerk in a hat. Who does he think he is? Marlboro Man? Get him out of here." Yeah. All right. So far, so
So we're
good.
delaying 2 hits,
That's it, right?
and that was it. After that, we're on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just click auto if you want,
Okay. Okay.
and hopefully it works. So yeah, so the tricky part with this, because we get in the tune kind of late, it's the third cycle, turn 9.
Yeah.
The tricky part is making sure that we can survive till then, and we don't get like you see how Draco got stunned there. Like if that's Mashal, that's a big problem. So that's part of the
Right. Okay.
figuring that like we didn't really go through too deeply and like really triple check and make sure that all works. Um, but that's something that we'll need to be aware of, and hopefully it won't be a problem. But and like the other thing, this is it's a fairly resilient tune because Mashal does have that ability every other turn. So it's not like we can't perhaps find it again, but it might take a little finagling and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so far we're looking pretty good.
So we should be on now. We should have synced in by now, shouldn't we? So Michelle just took the stun there.
Son of a...
So that's going to throw us out, isn't it?
It is. So let's see where we're at right now. 7. Hold on. Yeah. Well, we can just kind of see if it falls back into sync. I've had that happen before where it's like it wasn't going perfect. I remember the first time I ran this composition, I did it with like Apothecary.
Yeah.
I think I used Apothecary, Sandlash, and Haikatoon.
Right. Okay.
If I screwed up, it like didn't go right, and then I just like, oh, okay, let's fix this, and it fell back into sync. So, yeah, still two key.
Yeah, it's still 2 key. It's still, I think maybe I've just messed it up with that mastery set there. Let me change that again. Let's get rid of this. Yes, we do want these ones. Okay. Losing the plot. Right. 1k gem in the bin. Guys, bear with me while I rinse all my gems. Okay. I'm not going to touch it. I don't need any more of these. Nothing else is going to make a difference here, is it?
No.
Okay.
Not a positive one, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just try going in again.
Why don't we manual all the way to turn 9?
Further up the turn order. Yeah.
So I wouldn't put Valkyrie in there either, because she's the last person. Like her and Michelle are the last people we want to get stunned.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that'd be perfect. You put Valkyrie next, that'll be.
Okay.
I think that might solve that problem.
Okay.
Yeah. I think in the future I might try to find a way to better articulate that, because I know that's very confusing for a lot of people. But
Yeah.
And I made it for myself originally. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what that's like as well. You kind of build something and you think this is working great for me, and then all of a sudden a load of other people want to use it. And you're like, well, hold on a sec. It's
yeah.
I built this so I can read it.
Exactly. I'm like, there's so many suggestions, and like they're great suggestions, but sometimes I'm just like, man, there wasn't anything like a month ago. Like this is gold. Work with it. Work with me, people.
So
but
on my calculator,
what'd you say?
On my calculator right now, we're throwing in Valkyrie A2 here. So am I following this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be able to follow that. Should work. And that's one of the reasons why we're gonna, even manualing it with the calculator there, we're able to follow along and just double check, make sure that we're not creating any issues that we might have missed along the way.
Yeah.
Because Mashald's skills need to happen when they happen, because that's affecting the actual speed we're moving at. The other skills are fungible. Like we could skip a turn for Valkyrie if we needed to, just to get her in sync later, and ensure that we're not drawing any stuns or getting any problems.
Yeah. So far it's flown exactly like the sheet, which is good news.
I'm real happy about that.
Yeah. So I think actually I just set it up wrongly, because that should now be this, yeah. And this. So I think we are good to now auto. Because it's running exactly like the sheet is.
Perfect. Let's just keep let's get it to turn 9. Let's make sure we got it right.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Yep. And the thing is, because we have Mashald in that 5th position, Alton's gonna go ahead of Mashald for sure, but Alton's also gonna go ahead of Draco, because Draco's faster. Which means that even if the increased defense shield falls off of Mashald, it'll fall off of Draco as well, and Draco should draw the stun. So right. I think just moving the position was the key to preventing that.
Okay. Whew, this is intense, guys. Hope you guys are taking notes. I'm going to be testing you on it on Wednesday.
One. That's the first round through. The second attack, and that's a full 2. It's a
Full 2.
full 2-to-1 ratio, man. That's something.
Very nice. Very nice. Too much information. Yeah. Well, it's just kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
I mean,
Definitely being able to cleanse. I mean, I understand why Duchess is so strong here. Like, just being able to have the full ability of cleansing off the stun and not having to really worry about the stun makes such a massive difference. My brain's still a blow up. My head hurts. These guys. But yeah, we're getting the counter attack on just before each hit. Looking good. Also getting a big spiral of high damage now per turn as well.
Yeah. Once you start doing this, you're getting basically 3 attacks a turn. I mean,
Yeah.
the damage just kind of starts to roll pretty fast, I would say.
But went on Draco there, which is
That's
certainly
fine.
better than Michelle, yeah.
So was it worth it?
It's been great. It's been great. It's definitely been great. It gives you something to build on as well, for sure. I mean, to hit a 50 million just on the first build, taking Lanicus out as well, because I thought Lanicus was a big part of my damage.
She's huge.
Yeah, so to hit that first time trying, there they go. Nice. 52.3 million, guys. What'd you say? First build. How many keys is this now? Well, yeah, okay, we've used 4 keys, but
come on, don't be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, look at the Razin damage in there. 13.8 million on that Razin.
Good lord.
Don't sleep on your Razin, guys. Look at this. He's almost done as much as Draco. That's really insane.
Wow.
So guys, had really good fun doing this speed tune session with Deadwood Jedi. If you do not know about him yet, go and check out his YouTube channel and some of the videos he's already put out there. I will put the links below. I'm also going to be doing some additional work on my team. In fact, I've already been doing it in the meantime to try and improve the results. I've already hit a new personal best, but I will show you once I perfect that what the team becomes and the sort of numbers that I can do using this different speed tune calculator. Great tool, really worth you guys investing in it, understanding it better. Check out Deadwood's channel, and I'll see you in a video soon.